A very good morning to all the ladies and gentlemen. We will now be again continuing with our another plenary session. Plenary session 3 will begin in another few minutes. Meanwhile, I would like to once again remind you all that post lunch we would be having parallel sessions on 4 themes. Our themes are technology and startup, the other is emerging avenues, the third is global connect, and the fourth is professional excellence. Based on these 4 themes, you can decide which session you would like to attend, as we would be having all 4 ongoing parallel sessions. The first session, which is the technology and startup, would be going upstairs where the wellness session was held. The second session, or the sessions on the theme emerging avenues, would be conducted right here in the main hall. So what we will be doing is post lunch, we would divide this main hall into 3 arenas. As you can see, there are 3 stages. So there would be a wall that would be created, and this entire main hall would be created into 3 main halls. So over that side, the first stage onto your left would be conducting sessions on the emerging avenues. This main center stage would be conducting sessions on the global connect. And that stage on your right would be on professional excellence. And the hall that is upstairs would be conducting sessions on technology and startup. So make sure that you choose your session which interests you and fascinates you wisely. So once again, on behalf of the entire ICAI fraternity, I welcome you all to the day 2 of the Global Professional Accountants Convention, GLOPAC 2023. We would now begin with our plenary session 3 on the topic Diversify to Maximize, the art of wealth creation, where we are going to learn from our expert panelists about the current trends and gain insights for developing effective investment strategies for businesses and individuals. Now, without further ado, we would now be delving into this promising session. So can we have a great round of applause for our panelist, CA Anil Singhvi. Can we have a great round of applause, please? He's the managing editor at Zee Business. I would also like to invite our second panelist, CA Nilesh Shah, who's the group president and the managing director at Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company Limited. I would also like to invite on stage our Central Council member, CA Durgesh Kumar Kabra, sir. I request both our panelists and CA Durgesh Kumar Kabra, sir, to please come on stage. We now have on stage our panelists. I would be requesting our Central Council member, C. Durgesh Kumar Kabra, sir, to kindly give opening remarks to this session.
Good morning, one and all. I welcome you all to this wonderful session where CA Anil Singhvi ji and CA Nilesh Shah ji would be dealing with your finance and with that finance, how you maximize your wealth and how we can maximize the wealth of our clients too in time to come. Friends, the theme for this session is diversification to maximize the art of wealth creation. So, we need to understand that how the funds which we own is to be utilized so our wealth gets maximized. And there are certain challenges. Nobody wants to lose the money. And in that scenario, what should be the guidelines for all of us if we invest in the growing economy capital market? What precaution one need to take is very, very important for all of us. And these two gentlemen who are sitting here are the person, and we feel proud that both are chartered accountant. One more important thing, just to tell all of you today is, today Anil Singhvi is very happy, and he would be dealing with the happy thoughts of wealth maximization. The reason being, today he is having his marriage anniversary. Wish him. Friends, when we talk of diversification for maximization of wealth, risk mitigation is important. There are different class of assets and how to be dealt with all those assets. That is most important. So how it is to be dealt, that question will be taken by these two people. Then again, the important thing comes in our mind is market volatility and uncertainty. That we are seeing continuously. Sometimes the index goes up, sometimes index goes down, and there are various events taking place across the globe which affects the market. How to deal with those kind of challenges when these events which are occurring in India and abroad and affecting the global as well as Indian economy, how it is required to be dealt. This is another challenge which will also be dealt by both the learned faculties. Asset allocation is another important area where one need to understand that how your money should be allocated into different assets. And Nilesh Bhai is the master of that. He is managing the lakhs of crores, and he will tell you the right strategy for that. As I told, India in past 10 years, 9 years, we have seen that has grown like anything. The funds which were there in SIP was around 6,000 10 years back, and today it is 15,000. Why? Mutual fund industry and specifically the SIP has become so important, and what is there into it, which helps all of us to make our money and create more wealth into it. There are challenges with the sectoral diversification too. We need to understand which sector is going to boom, which sector is underperforming, and which sector will be flat. This is where these people are there to guide us. Then, which kind of investment vehicle where we need to ride on? That is again very important. Whether this vehicle is risk-free or not, we need to understand, and we need to ride on that investment vehicle that is most important for us. Do we need to hold our investment? Do we need to hold our asset for long term, short term, or medium term? This is again a challenge for all of us. So, whether the long term perspective is required to be kept in the mind or not will be discussed today by these two gentlemen, and they will be guiding us. And the other thing which I feel is important when we invest our money, when we use our money for the capital market, do we really need the review and the rebalancing of our portfolios, our investment? That guidance is again needed. We just invest and keep our money at one place. Do we need to shift or not? And at which point, at which trigger we need to shift? That is again very important. I think that will be guided by Anil. Sir, I believe your outlook on the sectors that you feel may outshine, you would also be guiding on that. And you'll be giving, one should have emphasis on which sector. Midcaps had a dream run, and what is the risk commitment call at containment call at this level in the current scenario? You both are chartered accountants. All sitting here are chartered accountants. They want to make money. Idea is to be given to all the chartered accountants how the wealth maximization can be done, sir. You need to serve to your fraternity in this respect. What should be the strategy and mantra for wealth maximization? And how the ESG for selecting the thing is going to make the difference. So these are the things for you, sir. Please do take care and guide all of us. With this, thank you, friends.
Thank you so much, sir, for your remarks. As we now journey through this insightful and a stimulating discussion on wealth creation and maximization, let us remember our purpose is to learn, collaborate, and catalyze change for better. And with that, I would now be handing over this session to CA Anil Singhvi. Sir, on to you now.
Hello. Am I audible? Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Okay. It feels like I'm sitting in a classroom trying to teach someone who knows much, much better than me, more experienced than me. So I greet all my fellow professionals, and I must thank you first, C Institute, Durgesh Kabra ji, for inviting me and Nilesh bhai both. On behalf of him also, I'm thanking all of you for this lovely morning. It's so good to be among all our professional brothers, and it cannot be more appropriate time than this to discuss how to create wealth, particularly investing in India, because this is the most easy thing at this point in time. So all of you know Nilesh bhai very well, but let me just give you a couple of things. Let me tell you a couple of things about him, which you may or may not know. So, as Durgesh bhai ne already bola कि we both are chartered accountants, but you don't know Nilesh bhai is not only a chartered accountant, but he is a gold medalist chartered accountant. And who could be better person than Nilesh bhai to speak about wealth maximization? Because वो होता है ना कि हम अपने लिए wealth बना रहे हैं तो ही दूसरे के लिए बना पाएंगे, correct? So, in 2005, when Nilesh bhai joined Kotak Mutual Fund as MD CEO, the asset under management was almost, I think, 30,000 crore, if I'm not wrong, right? 30,000. Today, India and abroad, all asset under management in 8 years' time. Any guesses? कितना होगा? Very nice, 2 lakh. Anything else? 5 lakh. 4 lakh crore rupees in 8 years. And he is one of the most respected fund manager, mutual fund veteran in the industry. So, भाई बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका इंस्टीट्यूट के बिहाफ पे मैं करता हूँ. Thank you so much. So, I was asked that कि 1 घंटे का प्रोग्राम है. For me, this program can finish within 30 seconds. Because we are TV guys and we know that if we have to finish something in 30 seconds, we can finish in 30 seconds. और उसी बात को 1 घंटे तक करना है तो हम 1 घंटे भी कर सकते हैं. We have that capability. So I make job easier for Nilesh bhai. How to maximize wealth? Maximize wealth is 2-3 चीज करनी है आपको. First, believe in yourself that you are a very good investor. Have faith, trust, and belief in your country, your economy. Number 2. Third, invest into stock market. Fourth, just invest into Kotak mutual fund. Trust Nilesh bhai and job done. This is 30 seconds program which is over. Now, if you want, if you really want to complicate these things, we can discuss further. Easiest thing I have already told you. अब जो भी होगा complications होता है. तो नीलेश भी सारे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स हैं यहाँ पे एंड हमारे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स के बारे में एक बहुत अच्छी बात है, हम बड़े कॉन्फिडेंट होते हैं एंड समटाइम वी आर ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट आल्सो एंड वी नो दैट वी नो एवरीथिंग एंड स्पेशली व्हेन इट कम्स टू मार्केट एंड इन्वेस्टिंग वी फील दैट वी नो एवरीथिंग. सो डू वी रियली नो एवरीथिंग स्पेशली अबाउट मार्केट्स एंड इन्वेस्टिंग?
Thank you, Institute of Chartered Accountants, for having me over here. अनिल भाई, 30 साल से आप देख रहे हैं कि हमें कुछ मालूम नहीं है एंड कोशिश यही करते हैं कि कुछ मालूम हो जाए.
Absolutely.
एक कहावत है कि अभिमान तो राजा रावण नु भी नહોતું ટક્યું. ईगो ऑफ रावण ऑल्सो डिडंट स्टे. तो हर फंड मैनेजर को, हर इन्वेस्टर को वो याद रखना है. अभी आपने सुना होगा वॉरेन बफेट, द ग्रेटेस्ट इन्वेस्टर ऑफ ऑल टाइम. इंडिया में उनका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड कैसा है पेटीएम स्टॉक ने दिखा दिया. सो द बेस्ट ऑफ द बेस्ट इन्वेस्टर, ही लॉस्ट मनी इन इंडिया. सो वी डोंट नो एनीथिंग. दैट इज द बेस्ट थिंग वी कैन नो.
And I must tell you one thing. Of course, Warren Buffett is like God for all of us across globe. Every fund manager feels that he should be somewhere closer to Warren Buffett in once in his lifetime. But let me tell you, Indian mutual fund industry in last 25 years has given much more compounded return than Mr. Buffett, right? Data, Nilesh bhai, you can share.
So again, Warren Buffett is the greatest investor of all time. And he mentioned that I am Warren Buffett today because I was born in right country at right. So we are also born in right country at right time, and hence for a while our track record is better than or equal to Warren Buffett. But वो वहाँ पे है, लोग यहाँ पे है. The gap is very, very wide. And as Anil bhai mentioned, कोशिश करेंगे कि हम भी किसी दिन वॉरेन बफे के लेवल पे पहुंच पाए, बट मंजिल बहुत दूर है.
And that's not very far. I believe like 47 lakh crore rupees worth industry, mutual fund industry. I started my career 1993 or 97, 98 में हम लोग जब mutual funds की बात करते थे, there were hardly few thousand crore, right? Now, most of the funds, I mean, in India, top 10 mutual funds are much bigger than any FIs in the world who are investing into India. So now, these guys, they decide where the market would move, and their power is you. आप और हम जो पैसा लगाते हैं म्यूचुअल फंड में, उसके दम पर ये इन्वेस्ट करते हैं. Now, coming to the point, wealth maximization. So, there are two things. One, very easy. I give my money to Nilesh bhai. You do it whatever you feel like, and I'm sure you do in a very right way. One of the most regulated industry probably in India. लेकिन Nilesh bhai, problem is like you give only above market return, right? Market average से जो return आता है थोड़ा सा better है. But what I heard from so many people, legends like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, Damani ji and all, they said that you invest in very few stocks in very big quantity and stay invested for very long term. Then the wealth is created. So what is the right way? Should we directly buy stocks in a big quantity, stay invested for longer term, make it 10x, 20x, 100x, or just stay into mutual funds and enjoy the life?
सो अनिल भाई नमूना दिखाना चाहता हूँ आपको
Right.
इस ऑडियंस में हाउ मेनी पीपल विथ मनी इज इम्पोर्टेंट एंड हाउ मेनी पीपल वांट्स टू मेक मनी
मेरे तो दोनों ही हाथ खड़े.
सो ऑल दोस पीपल हु हैवंट रेज्ड देयर हैंड आफ्टर दिस कॉन्फ्रेंस आई विल कम विथ माय जोला and you can unload your money into my pocket. I work for an NGO called Parivar. I'll be happy to contribute on your behalf. But Anil bhai, अब आप देखना ये जितने लोगों ने हाथ ऊपर किए सब झूठ बोल रहे हैं एंड मैं प्रूव करके दिखाता हूँ.
Yes.
आप में से कितने लोगों के बैंक में खाते हैं?
Almost everyone. I mean,
नहीं, आगे बैठे उनके तो बैंक में खाते नहीं है किसी के.
उनके
कोई
स्विस-
हाथ ऊपर नहीं कर रहे हैं.
उनके स्विस बैंक में है.
उनके स्विस बैंक में है. सो मैं ये मानूंगा कि जिन्होंने हाथ नहीं ऊपर किए वो लेजी है, बट आपके सबके बैंक में खाते हैं, राइट? अनिल भाई बैंक तो खाता है और फिर भी ये लोग अपने पैसे बैंक के खाते में रखते हैं और फिर मुझे कहते हैं कि मैं पैसों को इम्पोर्टेंस देता हूँ. यहीं पे प्रॉब्लम चालू होती है.
Absolutely.
Currency in circulation in India is about 33 lakh crore, which gives zero return. On an inflation adjusted basis, it depreciates by 6 to 8% every year. The total equity mutual fund AUM is about 25 lakh crore. So people are happy to put money which is depreciating at 6-8%, then invest where you will get 15-20%. As Indians, we have developed this special ability to queue up where we can lose money. 18 crore Indians have traded in cryptos to lose money.
True.
18 crore Indians.
Right.
10 crore Indians have gone and invested in Ponzi scheme from Nirmal Singh Bhangu's PSCL to City Limousine to lose money. 90% of people who trade in FNO, they lose money as per SEBI study. And in my opinion, about 6 to 7 crore people have traded money and lost money in stock market.
For other 10% who are making money, for them we are planning to extend trading hours.
And for other 10%, वो भी हो जाएगा.
So that no one makes money. We will ensure that.
And education has nothing to do with money.
Right.
India's most educated state, Kerala, their cumulative equity mutual fund AUM will be about 15,000 crore. And their spending annually on lottery is 15,000 crore. So as a CA, we should remember that education is no paneka for wealth creation. But anyone who has wisdom, discipline to invest for a long term, they can easily outperform mutual fund. There are scores of individuals whom I know who have compounded their wealth at a rate better than mutual fund. But by and large, those are far and few exceptions because people lack the discipline. Anil bhai, someone asked Warren Buffett that there are so many books written on you. Is there anything which people don't know about your investment style? आपने कोई तरकीब अपनी जेब में छुपा के रखी है? And Warren Buffett replied, no, whatever I do, people know. Then someone asked him, then how come there's no other Warren Buffett? So Warren Buffett replied, my way of making money is very slow. It requires tremendous patience. people know how to make money like Warren Buffett, but people don't know how to have patience like Warren Buffett. And hence there is no second Warren Buffett.
Absolutely. Okay, so there's the difference between investing directly and investing through mutual fund. If you feel, so the easy formula is like maybe strike a ratio of 50-50 or 80-20 or whatever you feel like. You put that money directly into stocks on your own, and other part you invest into mutual fund, and decide in 3 years or 5 years course whether you perform better than Nilesh bhai. All yours. Next time you will be here and we'll be there. And we'll be happy to do that actually, to learn more. As Nilesh bhai at the start, he only said that कि हम हर रोज कुछ न कुछ सीखते हैं, और इस मार्केट की खूबी और खासियत यही है, the day you feel that you learned everything and you mastered the market, उसी दिन हमें समझ में आ जाता है, ऐसी चपत पड़ती है कि बेटा अभी तुझे कुछ नहीं आता. So this is what the beauty of stock market, but that's where the problem is. In this auditorium, they all understand wealth तो equity से बनेगा. But problem is a all simple mindset. They want returns of equity and safety of FDs. Give a formula, not formula, give a mantra, guru mantra, where we can have stability like FD, security like FD, and make money like equities.
Sure, Anil bhai. आप में से कितने लोगों ने रामायण पढ़ी है? सो पहले तो जो लोगों ने हाथ ऊपर नहीं उठाए वो जाके रामायण पढ़ लें, बिकॉज उसी में आंसर दिया है वेल्थ क्रिएशन का. अनिल भाई, राम तो भगवान थे, बट अयोध्या सोने की नहीं थी. और रावण तो दानव था, बट लंका सोने की थी. So will it be fair to say कि Lankans were richer than Ayodhyans?
Of course.
Undoubtedly. How did Lankans become rich? तो रामायण में तो बहुत लिखा नहीं है पैसों के बारे में, तो ये मेरा इंटरप्रिटेशन है.
Okay.
कि अयोध्या वाले ये ऑडियंस की तरह थे, डे ट्रेडिंग करते थे. तो वेल्थ क्रिएशन मिस हो गई. लंकन्स जो थे वो कुंभकर्ण की तरह थे, पैसा लगाते थे 14 साल के लिए, सो जाते थे. 14 साल के बाद उठते थे तो पैसा बहुत बन जाता था, तो सोने की लंका बन गई.
क्या बात है.
सो आपको अगर एफडी जैसा रिस्क और इक्विटी जैसा रिटर्न चाहिए तो बस कुंभकर्ण की तरह सोना सीख लीजिए.
लेकिन पैसा लगाने के बाद.
पैसा लगाने के बाद. ये आपने सही कहा अनिल भाई.
हाँ, बोले नहीं तो वो क्या है कि लोग तो यही बोलते हैं कि मीडिया ने हमारे स्टेटमेंट को तोड़ मरोड़ के पेश किया है. यहाँ मीडिया के स्टेटमेंट को भी तोड़ मरोड़ आपने ही बोला तो सो जाओ. So but point is how to bring that patience. That is the key. So because problem क्या है, सब लोग every moment you see prices going up and down. Every day you scan the news, so many things happening across countries, across globe. You watch us TV channels, we make you restless, you know. I mean, if you understand everything, the next day you will not watch, right? So among this, I mean, from no information era to bombarding of information, lots of information, balance कैसे करें, और ये long term वाली patience और approach, how to immerse into that actually.
So again, there is no one path to nirvana. There are multiple ways. जैसे मैं जानता हूँ आप योगा करते, मेडिटेशन करते, वो आपको सुकून देता है. कोई ऐसे लोग हैं जो स्क्रीन के सामने बैठे तो उनको सुकून आता है. So each one has to choose their path. But the patience in market, discipline in market is no different from your ordinary life. So अनिल भाई, हमारे जैन में कई लोग चौबियार करते हैं, 7 बजे के बाद खाना नहीं खाते. और हम लोग है कि रात को खाना खाते हैं. Now everyone knows what is right thing to do. But that control we have to exercise. And again, I'll tell a couplet from Mahabharat. कितने लोगों ने महाभारत पढ़ी है?
देखी सबने, बड़ी बड़ी तो नहीं है। बिहार चोपड़ा साहब की मेहरबानी से
हाँ,
सबने
देखी है
देखी
तो भी ठीक है. So just before the war was going to begin, Krishna Bhagwan goes to Duryodhan's camp and requests him not to go on war, avoid the bloodshed. And Duryodhan replies that, no, I'm not going to give anything to Pandavas. After a lot of persuasion from Lord Krishna, Duryodhan doesn't move. And finally, Duryodhan says, Janami dharmam, nachme pravrutti, janami adharmam, nachme nivrutti. Oh Lord Krishna, don't tell me what is right. I know exactly what is right, but I can't follow the path of dharma. And don't teach me what is wrong. I exactly know what I'm doing is adharma, but I can't stay away from it. So अनिल भाई, हमारे सब में दुर्योधन जिंदा है. वो हमें धर्म के रास्ते पे, सत्य के रास्ते पे चलने से रोकता है. आपको और मुझे दोनों पता है कि कोला नहीं पीना चाहिए, पिज्जा नहीं खाना चाहिए, बट जब वाइफ साथ में नहीं है तो हम लोग वो कर लेते हैं. So be aware of your Duryodhana. Try to control it. And कलयुग है तो कृष्ण भगवान तो नहीं आएंगे, but you can always take help of a good advisor. Many chartered accountants give good advice to their customers, but don't implement for the same. So please implement for what you tell to the customer. And I'm sure you will be able to maintain that discipline and a patience which is necessary for investment.
Advising others is the most easiest thing. I think the easiest thing what we can do actually, isn't it? Another point in wealth maximization or wealth creation is the volatility. मतलब point ये है कि सबको पता है कि in 10 years, 15 years or 5 years time frame you will make money in most of the asset classes and highest into equities. But intermittent volatility during this period, वो बड़ी तकलीफ का काम है. So now, how to overcome emotions during these volatile times? That is the most important.
So Anil bhai, sometime back I had gone to Jaipur and I heard about this 75-year-old lady. I think she is the shining example of how you can manage volatility. She had about 4 crore rupees invested into debt mutual funds and hybrid mutual funds. And in the COVID time, around March, April 2020, she called up her distributor to shift entire thing to equity. As you know, it was the most volatile time period. And the distributor, knowing her age, tried to warn her, Mataji, COVID का समय है, volatility ज़्यादा है, आप ये risk लेना चाहती है. And उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी तरह जवाब दिया, बेटा जिंदा रहूंगी कि नहीं वो पता नहीं है, तो रिस्क तो लेना ही है.
क्या बात.
She put entire her corpus from debt and hybrid into equity. Today, that corpus is worth about 16 crore.
Wow.
4 times more than what she had earned over 75 years of her life. And she earned that by taking advantage of volatility. A 75-year-old person, and I'm sure Anil bhai wo aapka channel dekhti hogi, but relatively, I will call uneducated or one without a professional degree. But she knew how to take advantage of volatility. Instead of fearing of volatility, make it your friend. And एक सिंपल चीज है अनिल भाई, मैं कैसे मार्केट के टॉप बॉटम को समझने की कोशिश करता हूँ. सो आई एम अ गुजराती, मेरे फ्रेंड सब गुजराती मारवाड़ी है. जब मैं किसी पार्टी में जाऊं और कोई मुझे देखे ही नहीं, कोई पहचाने ही नहीं, तो मुझे पक्का यकीन होता है कि दिस इज द बॉटम ऑफ द मार्केट. अब यहाँ से मार्केट 1 पॉइंट नीचे नहीं जा सकती. when I go to a market, a place, when I go to a party, and सब लोग मुझे आके बोलने लगे नीलेश भाई कल ये स्टॉक ले लेना ये यहाँ से चलने वाला है आई नो ये मार्केट का टॉप है अब यहाँ से ऊपर नहीं जाएगा दिस सिंपल थिंग हैज हेल्प मी रन money for 30 years.
And I have developed another way to find out market's top and bottom is I use social media platforms for that actually. So जब भी ऐसा आने लगे कि आप तो भगवान हो, आपने इतना पैसा बना दिया, आपने ये बोला हमने ये ले लिया, बहुत हो गया ये हो गया, तब डर लगने लगता है. Now we are near to the top. The moment people started abusing you on Twitter or other platform, ये क्या दिलवा दिया, मरवा दिया, फंसवा दिया, आप तो कंपनी वालों से मिले हो, then we understand. Now we are near to the bottom actually. And another example is also like whenever we find auditorium full of investors in very vibrant mood, we are somewhere near to the top actually. But don't worry, अभी भी आधा उधर खाली है. So we are little far away. So and in other times, whenever you keep a conference and people don't turn up and they feel like going to an investor conference is like लोग देखेंगे बोलेंगे character lose है इसका, कहाँ जा रहा है ये. So I mean these are certain indicators, but in any case I mean that's market's behavior. लेकिन एक चीज और है जो मैं नीलेश भाई पूछना चाहता हूँ वो है डाइवर्सिफिकेशन को लेकर. Because there are two things. One, if you diversify, you minimize your risk. But if you don't diversify, you maximize your wealth. So what to choose? What to choose among the two?
So, Anil bhai, you have to be fair to yourself. Are you Virendra Sehwag, Rohit Sharma, who can go out and hit first ball for a six? Then yes, play concentrated. But if you are like Rahul Dravid, Cheteshwar Pujara, or Sunil Gavaskar, who will play in the V to begin with, and then go for shots, then go diversify. In the hindsight, always easy to say this stock we should have bought, that stock we should have bought. But I'm sure all of you have accounts in HDFC Bank or ICAI Bank or Axis Bank or Kotak Bank. You believed your money was safe in those banks. Many of you will have safe deposit locker in those banks. You believe your wealth will be safe there. But how many of you have gone and bought the shares? Banks where you believe your money was safe, you should have bought their equity because अगर बैंक जिंदा रह गई तो equity में पैसे बन ही जाते. But we didn't own it in enough quantity or we didn't own at all because we are worried about volatility. So if you know the tricks of the trade, go concentrated. If not, go diversified. That's the best way.
Absolutely. Do we need to take some questions also? ले सकते हैं ना? Okay. Before that, one more question, and after that we'll open the floor for questions from audience. Many of them are underinvested. They know the potential. ये India का time है. There is nothing like India across globe as an investment destination. So पैसा लगाना था देर होगी. Underinvested है. और अब ये लगता है वी आर फ्लाई फाई, अब लगाएंगे रिस्क बहुत है. सो आर दे रियली लेट? दैट इज द क्वेश्चन.
So Anil bhai, let's flip this question reverse way. Suppose आज हम अपने माता पिता के पास जाते और कहते कि मम्मा पापा, when India was growing from $200 billion economy, it became $3.7 trillion economy. You get so many IPOs of good companies. You didn't invest in stock. From 100, Sensex became 65,000. And if you had invested, probably we had no need to work. We would have enjoyed your wealth. And our mother, father can reply to us saying that, Dekh beta, हमारे टाइम पे अनिल सिंघवी जैसे एंकर नहीं थे जो इन्वेस्टमेंट की बातें करते थे। उस समय सीए इंस्टीट्यूट भी इन्वेस्टमेंट मैनेजर को बुलाती नहीं थी। हम खाली टैक्स और अकाउंट्स और स्टैंडर्ड्स की बात करते थे। न इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स था, न बिजनेस स्टैंडर्ड था। हमें पता ही नहीं चला कि निवेश कैसे करना चाहिए।
True.
एंड वी विल फॉरगिव देम कि ठीक है मम्मी पापा, कोई वादा नहीं, हम लोग मेहनत करते रहेंगे। विल लीव वेल्थ फॉर आवर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन।
Absolutely.
Fast forward to 2047, India will be top 3 economies in the world, multiple times ahead of us. And आपके बच्चे आएंगे, मम्मी पापा, जब इंडिया 3 ट्रिलियन से 30 ट्रिलियन, 40 ट्रिलियन डॉलर इकोनॉमी बन रहा था, जब अनिल भाई आपको कह रहे थे कि इंडिया में लॉन्ग टर्म निवेश करिए, जब सीए इंस्टीट्यूट ऐसे फंक्शन करती थी और आपको वेल्थ मैक्सिमाइजेशन की आइडिया देती थी,
तो आप क्या कर रहे थे?
सो सबसे बड़ा रिस्क ये है कि मैं अपने बच्चों की नजर में उतर जाऊं।
Absolutely.
That is the biggest risk I don't want to face. I want to ensure that my kids have a share in India's growth story. I want to live wealth for them.
And trust me, 15th June 2022, almost 15, 16 months back, when the market was at the bottom, और मैंने शो खत्म किया था, and somebody really raised a question that FIs are selling so heavily, our markets are down, this, that. But I can tell you, I can assure you, and those words I want to again, वो टाइम आने वाला है आपकी और हमारी लाइफ टाइम में, जब आप देखेंगे कोई FIs किसी बाहर के बड़े इन्वेस्टर से हिंदुस्तान को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। आप और हम और हमारे हिंदुस्तान के इन्वेस्टर्स इतने मजबूत होंगे, हमारे मार्केट हमारे लिए छोटे पड़ेंगे और हम दुनिया भर के मार्केट में जाकर पैसा लगाएंगे और वहां के लोग ये कहेंगे आज हमारा मार्केट ऊपर जाने वाला है, हिंदुस्तान की FIs हमारे यहाँ पैसा लगाने आएगी। ये ताकत आपकी और हमारी बनेगी, आप और हम लाइफ टाइम में देखेंगे। विद दिस नोट आई वांट टू ओपन द फ्लोर। जो भी आप हम तीनों में से क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहें, जो भी टफ क्वेश्चंस हो इन दोनों के लिए, मैंने इन दोनों को रखा है, इजी हो तो आप मुझे भी। जी
पीछे जरा शंकर माइक दे देना। By the time mic reaches to him,
Yeah.
Nilesh bhai, I know that you cannot give a tape or a specific script, and I told at the beginning also, which are the important sectors where the fraternity can bet on and can invest into? Yes, mutual fund is one of them, is a different kind of investment planning, but which are the important sectors where one can look into it?
So Durgesh bhai, within sector you have to always focus on promoter, because गाड़ी मर्सिडीज की और ड्राइवर खराब हो तो गाड़ी चलेगी नहीं. But since I can't speak about driver, I'll speak about car. So look at one sector where India can dominate. 45% of medicines consumed by Americans by volume is made in India. The highest number of US FDA approved plants outside of America are in India. The highest number of US FDA approved plant in one city is not in America, but it is Hyderabad. Will the world require medicines made by India? Answer is undoubtedly yes. Second, by 2014, we had 50,000 doctors. And yet, 1/3 of doctors in America are of Indian origin. More than 1/3 of doctors in UK are of Indian origin. And more than 1/3 of doctors in Middle East are Indian origin. Now we have 105,000 medical seats. Will we supply doctors to the world? Answer is yes. Third comes paramedics. We have seen how difficult it was to get US visa. But if you go to Kerala, which supplies a lot of paramedics, there was a red carpet for them. In fact, I was told by an Englishman that if I don't know Malayali in London, it will be difficult to survive in a hospital. So the paramedics will come from India. Now, finally, it is the cost. A friend of mine, his daughter was in London and she needed a root canal. So there is private practice, there is government practice. Government practice, 6 months waiting period for a root canal and 1,500 pounds treatment. And private practice, 2 months waiting period and about 2,000 pound treatment. बाप क्या करेगा? बेटा यहाँ पे आ जाओ. I can open a dentist clinic at 12 o'clock in the night and get root canal done for probably 10-15,000. So we'll provide doctors to the world, we'll provide medicines to the world, we'll provide paramedics to the world, and we will provide a cost which is 1/10, 1/20th of the world. Quality-wise, we are as good as probably rest of the world. Our equipments are one generation lower, but our diagnosis is probably as good as or better than the rest of the world. The world is aging. They have underfunded healthcare. Now put all these things together. Could Indian healthcare ecosystem be like Indian IT industry 20 years back?
Okay, so Durgesh ji asked this question. Durgesh ji, as a good anchor, this question should be directed to me. So I could have even given stock tips also, which is okay.
Sir, abhi de dijiye.
So just but just to compliment or जो नीलेश भाई ने बोला है, where to invest, that's what you wanted to, right? So it's very difficult if you are an average investor, it's very difficult to lose money in India for average investor. And if you feel that you are a better investor, then there's lots of opportunities to make money. Number one,
Sir.
As Nilesh bhai said, pharma sector. And this Diwali, in my somewhat 2080 investment themes, the first theme was pharma. And pharma sector is going to rock for next few years. That is one. Number two is IT, information technology. This is the time when you do SIP for next 12 months in good IT funds, or probably you can choose stocks on your own. इसके अलावा number three, India is going to dominate the world in manufacturing. Atmanirbhar Bharat, PLI, Make in India, all those things, they are going to boost the manufacturing activities. So anything and everything connected to manufacturing would be a big boom in India. Now, three things which I want to highlight. So, उसमें क्या होगा? बहुत सारे questions satisfy हो जाएंगे एक ही जगह में. One is what you have seen in last couple of years, 3 years, the boom in defense stocks, right? क्या हुआ? The only difference is the government says instead of importing all these defense equipment, arms, ammunition, we'll make it here locally. जो दुनिया में इस वक्त हो रहा है. So today we are going to Atmanirbhar in terms of defense in maybe couple of years. हर सब कुछ हम यहाँ बनाएंगे. But look at the things changing across the world. Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas, whatever is happening. And it's going to increase, not going to decrease. And that's the reason markets now don't bother about these events. They don't fall on me. बोले ये तो दुनिया बता ना कि जैसा सास बहू की खटपट घर में चलती रहती है यार, ये रोज का काम है ना. So you don't bother as a husband, you stay away. यार दोनों लड़ लेंगे ठीक है ना. So this is how it's happening. India is like a matured husband. Doesn't get into all these things. लड़ने दो, हमारा क्या लेना है. So, but that's where the opportunity is. In defense stock, opportunity 2.0 would be when all these European countries, they will feel if they need to have some sort of defense equipment, some sort of army. नहीं तो अभी एक यूरोप में होता है ना, एक कंट्री से दूसरी कंट्री में घुस जाते पता ही नहीं चलता बॉर्डर भी है क्या. हमारे यहाँ तो बॉर्डर के 10 किलोमीटर पहले से पता चलने लगता है एक बॉर्डर आने वाली है, राइट. So this is the difference, and you don't know how many countries will face civil war going forward in Europe. So that's where the big opportunity India will have in terms of exporting defense equipment. That is one. Another theme that is belongs to PSU sector mostly is railway. I don't know how many of you traveled into Indian Railway recently, or 10 साल पहले या 5 साल पहले. The huge difference and kind of money going into railway is another big boost. So railway, PSU stocks, look at the PSU power sector, huge demand of power. All these power sector stocks are looking so good still. I mean, अब आप ये देखेंगे यार ये तो PFC एक साल में 3 गुना हो गया, अब क्या? So don't look at from where it started. Just think where it could go. That is another theme, power stock, railway, defense. एक और आपको इंटरेस्टिंग सेक्टर बताता हूँ, which I call market infrastructure. So like Nilesh bhai hai, they come into market infrastructure. So in India now, every month we have 17,000 crore SIP, right? 15 crore demat account. Every month 25-30 lakhs new demat account opening. Mutual fund investors हर महीने कितने आ रहे हैं? 6 to 7 lakhs new mutual fund investors. So anything and everything related to market is what I call market infrastructure. कौन आता है उसमें? Exchanges, maybe BSE, MCX and NSE kind of exchanges which would get listed. Number 2, all mutual funds listed हैं, काफी कुछ उसमें से. Number 3, registrar and transfer agents. Number 4, brokerages. Number 5, wealth creation firms kind of brokerages. Number 6, depositories. ये सारे I don't know, एक आध दो कोई भूल रहा हूँ. So these are the companies who are very much closely related to market expansion. और जो हम देख रहे हैं रिटेल का जो बूम है, this is just beginning. Trust me, in your lifetime and my lifetime, we will see 50 crores demat account in India. And trust me, today in business news, we have 60% market share. Okay. Our universe is 20 crore people watching business channels. Okay. So say suppose 10-12 crore people watching us on an average. In general news, more than 100 crore people watch general news. And the best channel has 16-17% market share. So say 17-18 crore people watching them. सोचो 40 करोड़ जब डीमेट अकाउंट होंगे, 40-50 करोड़ लोग हमें देख रहे होंगे, तो we might be, नीलेश भाई मुझे बोलते हैं, अनिल भाई you will be more powerful than general news channel, general news anchors actually. So this is the kind of opportunity you have in India in market infrastructure space. एक और आपको मैं थीम बताता हूँ, platforms, e-commerce platforms. Initially, there are so many stocks were bleeding, but now in a hard way they learned a lesson. Market में बहुत profit चाहिए. If you show the top line, number of customer additions, ये सब ये नहीं चलेगा. पैसा कहाँ है? Show me the money, right? So now they learned this lesson hard way. So anything and everything related to e-commerce platforms, these kind of companies will do very well. उसमें आपका Paytm, Zomato, PB, FinTech kind of, and so many listed, newly listed companies. These are the companies where you should keep an eye. If they are making profit, they are positive cash flows, they will do wonders. So I think I can go on and on. बहुत सारे themes हैं, बहुत सारे sectors हैं. आपके लिए मुश्किल ये है कि आप किसी खराब स्टॉक में पैसा डाल के पैसा तोड़ दें. बनाना आसान काम है. Only thing, you should be reasonably convinced about your stock selection. Keep faith, stay invested on falls, do kind of SIP. अगर वो करना है तो, otherwise you have best of the mutual funds available. Just invest and forget it.
सर, लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट का जैसे कहा सर, तो 134 स्क्रिप्ट में मेरे पैसे लगे हुए थे सर, उसको कम करते जैसे लॉस करते गए, कम करते करते आज के तारीख 46 स्क्रिप्ट है सर. तो उसमें लॉन्ग टर्म पैसा लगा हुआ है और डे टू डे उसमें ट्रिगर लगा हुआ है सर. ऊपर भी मतलब यदि बढ़ा तो बिक गया और कम हुआ तो खरीद लिया. तो उस स्ट्रेटजी में सर मेरे अर्निंग बराबर सही आ रहा है सर, 3% मंथली छूट रहा है उसका।
I
तो
couldn't.
ये लॉन्ग टर्म कहेंगे एक शॉर्ट टर्म?
आप समझे क्या?
See,
Day trading.
stocks are like kids. Don't have more than what you can afford.
46 सर आई मैनेज।
लेकिन नीलेश भाई, मेरे नाना जी के तो 12 थे।
सर
मेरे मैं 2 भी अफोर्ड नहीं कर पा रहा।
नाना जी की बात अलग थी, हमारी जनरेशन अलग है। बट आपके जो 2 बच्चे उसके ऊपर आप ध्यान देते हैं, मुझे मालूम है। कल रात को भी आप बात कर रहे थे, बेटा लंदन में है भाई, कैसा है। तो जिस चीज पे ध्यान रख सकते उतने स्टॉक रखने चाहिए बस।
So then nothing like how many stocks should be ideally. Say suppose नीलेश भाई है, he is a fund manager, his job is day to day, यही काम है, वो 50 भी मैनेज कर सकते।
सर जैसे ट्रिगर में डाला हुआ है सर, कल जैसे सेमिनार में था तो मैं ट्रेडिंग नहीं कर पाया और वंदे भारत में आया, वहाँ पे मेरा नेट नहीं चल रहा था।
हाँ,
अदरवाइज मेरा क्या है सर, मॉर्निंग में 8 बजे से मैं इसमें
तो मैं मोदी जी से करवा देता हूँ ना वंदे भारत में वाईफाई की फैसिलिटी।
वाई
आप
वाई
आप सर सुनिए,
वाईफाई है सर
आप
उसमें,
मत बदलो।
लेकिन वंदे भारत
अरे सर आप मत बदलो और आप बदलने की कोशिश भी मत
नहीं,
करो।
मैं जो कह रहा
ये
हूँ
हो नहीं पाएगा।
मैं
The
कह रहा हूँ
easy-
सर,
सुनिए
मेरा-
सुनिए
मेरा-
सर,
मेरा
सुनिए,
सर-
मैं समझ गया। आप अब मेरी भी बात सुन लीजिए, मुझे
जी,
हमें
जी।
बोलने के लिए बुलाया है सर।
जी सर।
हाँ। तो आप बदलने की कोशिश मत कीजिए, बदल भी नहीं पाएंगे। मैंने भी बहुत कोशिश की अपने आप को बदलने की, मैं नहीं बदला। तो मैंने ये डिसाइड किया कि मैं दूसरों को बदलूंगा। इसी प्रोसेस में मैं आपको बदलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ।
नहीं, मेरा मेरा
ठीक है ना?
मेरा क्वेश्चन है सर, कि ट्रिगर डाला हुआ था तो कल बेल और जो HL है वह 5% सर ऊपर गया, मेरा डाले हुए थे ट्रिगर तो सब मेरे ट्रेड मतलब सेल हो गया सर। मेरा कहने का ये था कि ऊपर भी मेरा ट्रिगर डाला हुआ है, नीचे भी डाला हुआ है, और सेलेक्टेड सर ने कहा किड है, तो मेरे 134 से सर मैंने
हाँ, तो
46
इनडायरेक्टली आप कह रहे हैं कि पूरी दुनिया का धन आपको ही चाहिए।
नहीं, मेरे को नहीं
मार्केट ऊपर जाए तो भी मैं बनाऊं, नीचे जाए तो मैं बनाऊं।
नीचे नीचे मैं SIP
जी जी, दूसरे भी सवाल ले लेते हैं, दूसरे भी ले
Good
लेते
morning,
हैं।
Anil.
Yeah.
Anil bhai.
Some other,
Yeah.
some,
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
more
please.
question.
Where? Just raise your hand.
That side, give this mic
Okay,
to
okay, I
the
can
other
see you.
fellow.
Yeah.
गुड मॉर्निंग अनिल भाई और नीलेश भाई, मेरा नाम आशीष है एंड आपने ऑलरेडी एक क्वेश्चन पूछा है थोड़ा, और आई वांटेड लिटिल डिटेल इंफॉर्मेशन लाइक हाउ टू आइडेंटिफाई टॉप एंड बॉटम ऑफ द मार्केट। नीलेश भाई, अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई डोंट हैव गुजराती और मारवाड़ी फ्रेंड्स, और 2-3 है वो मुझे पार्टी पे बुलाते नहीं है। तो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू नो बेस्ड ऑन पी, इफ लेट्स से पी इज 12 or 13, is it reasonable, or can you give some formula or some
मैं देता हूँ सिंपल सा आंसर। आशीष भाई, मेरा चैनल देखो।
सर मैं
जब सारे एक्सपर्ट मंदी बोले तब वो बॉटम है, और जब सारे एक्सपर्ट तेजी बोले तब टॉप है।
सर आपका मैं रोज चैनल जी बिजनेस देखता हूँ और आपके IPOs। एंड वन मोर स्मॉल क्वेश्चन, लाइक यू हैड आस्क्ड अबाउट डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, so for example Nifty is performing well but Bank X is not performing that well, तो ऐसे में instead of just plain simple SIP can be based on the sectoral performance हम वैसे डाइवर्सिफाई कर सकते हैं क्योंकि अभी बैंक निफ्टी या IT इंडेक्स
Yeah.
नहीं चला है तो उसमें इन्वेस्ट।
नीलेश भाई,
सी, आप लोग सब ट्रेडिंग की बात कर रहे हैं, ये जो विद्वान यहाँ पे बात कर रहे थे वो ट्रेडिंग कर रहे थे। उनको कुंभकर्ण रामायण पढ़ी नहीं है तो कुंभकर्ण मालूम नहीं है। बट आई कैन गारंटी यू ट्रेडिंग इज अ वेरी शॉर्ट वे ऑफ लूजिंग योर मनी। You are interested in asking someone what will happen tomorrow and how will I make money tomorrow? भाई मेरे, अगर मुझे वो मालूम होता तो शनिवार को मैं यहाँ पे क्या कर रहा होता। वो नहीं मालूम है इसलिए तो नौकरी कर रहा हूँ। You are worried about Nifty bank doing here, there, but where have you kept your money? In the same bank? Have you taken out money because bank Nifty is not working well? Buy 10, 12 good quality stocks and stay invested. All those guys who have traded and who are Vande Bharat में 5% ऊपर 5% नीचे कर रहे हैं, look at what you have missed. The stocks which you have traded, if you had hold on to, it would have given you far more money than what you have today. तो ये बंदर की तरह छलांग मारना बंद करो, आसानी से बैठे रहो,
Sir,
and face your kids in future.
sir, my question on investing,
sir.
investing also. I had been an
keep
investor.
your mic little closer, can't hear you.
Keep mic to your
Sir,
mouth.
मेरा नाम रचित गोयल है। मैं एक इन्वेस्टर रहा हूँ सर, जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं हमेशा, पर मेरी प्रॉब्लम ये है सर, पेटीएम में इन्वेस्ट किया, उसको होल्ड किया, थोड़ी देर बाद पेटीएम गिर गया। और रिसेंटली आई इन्वेस्टेड इन अ कंपनी, उसको एक इंटरनेशनल रिपोर्ट आई, तो वो काफी टाइम से अपने बॉटम पे अब बीच में आया है।
कौन सा?
सर आप समझ सकते हैं, जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट जजमेंट आई है कल
Okay.
शाम को,
Okay.
तो वी investors usually face high volatility from international markets or international news. What we do, we lose all our investments in 2-3 months, all our gains, we don't book our gains. What happens in 2 years, we hold it, all our gains vanish off by single report. What we should do, sir?
Okay. First, I want to ask you something. Which
Yes.
is the next stock you are going to invest? So
I am
Nilesh,
still- I
Nilesh
am-
bhai will clean his portfolio.
I am still holding my position.
He'll ensure that none of the group companies even remains in his
I am
portfolio.
still holding my positions in the recent one, where the Hindenburg report came, sir.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
So your point is, what's the question actually?
Question is that should we keep on holding the investments, or should we, when we lose our investments in a market volatility?
So what do you think? What is good? Marriage or live-in relationship?
think? Marriage is always good, but
Because you are married.
yes.
मजबूरी है. See, लोग बोलते हैं ना कि स्टॉक मार्केट में बस ये स्टॉक से शादी करो भूल जाओ, right? That's not true in investing into stock market.
Yes.
And I know, as a matter of fact, that you would also prefer to remain in live-in relationship even after so many years of your marriage life, right? क्योंकि क्या होता है कि उसमें किक, मजा है ना? So when you invest into a stock, it should be like live-in relationship, because with your partner, आप certain terms condition के साथ में रहते हैं. तुम ये करोगे, मैं ये करूँगा. तुम्हारा ये काम है, मेरा ये काम है. These are the things I like about you the most. These are the things you like about me. These are unlikings. और वहाँ पे जब तक एडजस्टमेंट प्रॉपर चल रहा है तब तक ठीक है. 3 महीने, 6 महीने, साल, 2 साल, डिपेंड्स. हो सकता है 2-3 दिन ही हो सकता है 2-3 घंटे हो. बट जब तक चल रहा है. द मोमेंट यू फील इट्स नॉट वर्किंग, लेट्स ब्रेक ऑफ, राइट? दिस इज हाउ यू शुड ट्रीट योर स्टॉक्स. इफ यू फील you bought the stock with these conditions, ऐसा होगा, वैसा होगा, ये होगा, मैनेजमेंट ये करेगा, कंपनी परफॉर्मेंस ये आएगी, आगे ये होगा, और you feel नहीं नहीं यार ये तो ऐसा नहीं हो रहा, कुछ और हो रहा है, you break off, you sell it off, and if it's working, you keep on holding. अब कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि आपने कुछ और सोच के लिया था, कुछ और हो गया. आपने सोचा तो था कि जिसके साथ मैं लिव इन में हूँ वो ऐसे बिहेव करेगा या ऐसे बिहेव करेगी, लेकिन वैसे नहीं कर रहा, राइट? वैसे स्टॉक के साथ भी हो सकता है. आपने कुछ और सोच के लिया था, कुछ और हो गया. सो आई थिंक व्हेन यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग डायरेक्टली, देयर आर टू थिंग्स. व्हेन यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इनटू फंड्स, यू स्लीप लाइक कुंभकर्ण, you behave like a obedient husband, dedicated to your marriage, loyal to your wife, okay? And when you are investing into stocks, be like a lover, a partner in living relationship. Now you decide what you are.
So is it the time to sleep like a Kumkaran in my holdings?
Sorry?
Is it a time to keep on sleeping on the holdings which are recently in news?
I can't actually voice clearly.
My job. You are saying you are an investor.
Yes. Yes.
So what research you had done to invest in a company?
No technical research, only hearsay and markets.
So then how can you be called yourself as an investor? Can I call myself CA without doing articleship, without giving exam?
Okay, so next
Okay.
question.
Sir,
I think
One
one last question,
Hello.
and thereafter we will close.
एक मिनट, one the lady there actually.
Just
One question
अरे,
from ladies.
सर,
One
ये आपके
question from
पीछे.
फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चन.
एक मिनट, आपके पीछे जो लड़की है.
फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चन.
अरे सर, मोदी जी ने बोला है 33%.
भैया पीछे पीछे आपके पीछे. हाँ. Yes.
गांधीनगर में उनकी नहीं सुनेंगे, कहाँ सुनेंगे?
First of all, thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. My name is Moni Bajaj. and I'm chartered accountant. Sir, my question is related to sustainable finance and sustainable investment. So far, we used to take our investment decisions based on mainly financial statements. But now, as BRSR and ESG reporting is coming, focused on other non-financial factors, the assurance requirement is also coming from the next year. And I think in future, there will be more stringent provisions. So I want to ask you how to analyze this report, and will it going to impact our investment decisions? Thank you, sir.
So very good question, ma'am. But please remember, ESG is not a new concept. When Tata set up their first manufacturing venture, Empress Mill in Nagpur, they had set up a crash facility for their women workers. During Second World War, when Tata still didn't have money to pay for their employees, Tata family pledged jewelry of their women and remitted money so that workers' salary can be paid. If you remember, for a long Tata Steel tagline was, "Aur ispat bhi hum banate hain."
Right.
Because they were always showing how in Jamshedpur they were taking care of environment and social and so on and so forth. So what is known as ESG today was a Tata way of doing business way back when Jamshedji Tata started from Navsari to come to Mumbai. ESG is important, but we have to accept it in Indian style. For example, thermal coal was bad ESG till such time Russia-Ukraine war started. Ammunition was a bad ESG till such time world realized that our ammunition stocks are running low. So everyone adopts ESG as per their convenience. And we as an investor should give due importance to governance, due importance to environmental, due importance to social, but in our context. In the same city of Ahmedabad, I had come to talk about ESG to a company. And Anil bhai, wo CFO ne bola ki Nilesh bhai, chai piyenge? As a innocent person, I walked into the trap and said yes. And बिल्कुल आपके तरह की ये ऑफिस की चाय क्या डिप डिप वाली पियेंगे, बाहर जाके टपरी की पीते हैं. Went out and there was a छोटू serving tea. And इसने बोला छोटू 2 कप चाय लाना. I knew what I was getting into. बोला नीलेश भाई ये छोटू है ना, child labor है as per ESG definition. अब आप ही इसको पूछिए ये पढ़ाई की जगह पे नौकरी क्यों कर रहा है. पता चला छोटू तो अपने फैमिली का सबसे बड़ा सीनियर था. वो अपने भाई बहन को गुजारा करने के लिए चाय की नौकरी कर रहा था. Now, should I penalize the company for allowing Chotu to work outside their factory? If I do that, I will be destroying one family. So we have to apply ESG in the Indian context. Governance is important, social is important, environmental is important. And we have been doing it in the past also. Now it is being measured, it is being reported, it is being focused upon. But there is no standard principle in that. You'll have to evolve as the passage of time occurs. I think Institute will have a great role to play in BRSR. There is assurance practice on ESG side. And I'll recommend all CA firms, please focus upon assurance practice on ESG, not only for India, but also outside of India. There's a huge opportunity out there in giving assurance to the investors that these companies are adopting to ESG standards.
Thank you, Nilesh. Just to update that as far as the institute is concerned with respect to the sustainability and ESG, the institute has set up the sustainability reporting standard boards, and various initiatives have been taken by the institute. The board is doing wonderfully well, and we have been recognized by UNCTAD also, and we have been awarded by them for the initiative taken in this respect. So we are taking care of, and we have certain guidelines on the sustainability reporting, BRSR reporting too. And we are the first in the world to have the sustainability reporting maturity model.
Nice.
Sir, one question from my side. Sir, this
No, now, no question, please. We are just out of time, and I would hand over to the
Sir,
MOC for the same. And before handing,
my question was how to report, how to analyze that BRSR report, you know,
We can
to make that investment
talk on the,
decision.
once we are down, we can, let's respect the time.
they'll reply you when they come
Because we know that we
down
can
to
talk
this.
till
Because
evening.
the
And you
other
don't need
speakers
any
are
other
waiting the
session, we know that.
next session speakers have come.
Well, that was indeed a very brilliant and insightful session. None of us wanted it to end, for sure. I would like to thank our esteemed panelists for showering us with such knowledge. Can we have a great round of applause, please? And very rightly said that with wisdom and discipline, you can outperform any mutual fund. And the mantra to all of us here in the audience who haven't read Ramayana yet, we know what our homework is. It's all written. So what we got to do is read the Ramayana. And I would, to felicitate our speakers on stage, I would now be inviting our Central Council members, CA Preeti Savla and CA Gyanchand Mishra ji, to please come on stage and present a memento to CA Anil Singhvi sir as a token of respect and appreciation. Can we have a great round of applause, please? Once again, thank you so much, sir. Here's to hoping that we all inculcate this quality of patience, just like Warren Buffett did. I would now be inviting our Central Council member, CA Sridhar Muppala, sir, to please come on stage and felicitate CA Nilesh Shah. Can we once again have a great round of applause, please? It was indeed a golden opportunity for each one of us here to enrich and enlighten ourselves with the art of wealth creation and maximization. I know a lot of us still have doubts and queries, but here's to hoping you catch the both of them in the breaks.